Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing Tifa from Final Fantasy Advent Children. I have that cosplay, so I'm going to do that one, but obviously because the game is coming out, I wanted to get all my Final Fantasy stuff back out and in. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's get going. It'll be fun. I did this cosplay so long ago that people don't remember that I did it, and I only have one photo of it because I was not having a good day when I did it, so I didn't actually take any photos. So what's nice about that is I can just do the makeup how I want to do the makeup, do something very simplistic but also quite, you know, nice and have fun. So yes, I'm gonna have to stop saying so because editing me is gonna be very pissed off at myself. Also, do you like, I'm growing a mullet, and right now it just looks like shite, but maybe one day it'll be really cute and I have like a mullet thing going for me. My hair is suffering. I need to get it cut, but I can't because quarantine. Anyway, that's enough of whittling on. If you like me already, hit that subscribe button. If you're not sure, keep on watching and maybe I can change your mind throughout the video. Let's go. I'm gonna need to fill in the ends of my brows because I don't have the ends of my brows. Okay, I just had a little mess with my camera settings, which I should never do. I don't know why I do it, but I try and improve it and I often end up just messing things up. I need to take like a camera course because your bitch don't know how cameras work. Right, what was I saying before all of this went down and I had to change camera settings? Oh, doesn't my skin look delightful? I love the stress. Anyway, I shave off the ends of my eyebrows, so I'm gonna take my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and I'm just gonna cover my surrounding eyebrow sections, and that way when I put the product of the eye makeup on top, I then don't have to like mix it in with the foundation to give it a nice blend. And actually, I'm gonna change my mind. Because this is cosplay and I'm gonna be taking like videos and TikToks, I'm instead gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape to really give myself a silly amount of coverage. I really do prefer the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer if it's like an average day though, but when I am doing this, I'm trying not to put the foundation on my eyelids. I'll wipe it away a little bit later. And the reason for this is although concealer can be used as a primer for your eyeshadow, your eyelids naturally gather oils and stuff like that, so your concealer is literally just gonna run off your eyes with the eyeshadow on top of it. The best thing to do is use an eye primer, which I'll be using later. You'll see which ones I like. But now to actually do the brows, I want to use powder first. And for a good cosplay look, I'm always going in with my Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I'm going to do the eyebrows from this, and because she's got black hair, I'm first going to use the shade Lockout, and then I'm going to go into the shade Black Jack. It just makes things a little bit easier. Tifa's eyes are very, because she's an Asian character, her eyebrows are not arched like Western eyebrows tend to be. I mean, I'm making generalizations here, but they're much more flat, so I'm going to make a very flat eyebrow shape. Done the eyebrows, I touched them up a little bit with some, just a tissue. But now I want to use a flat brush and use some concealer to tighten up the lines because I did use powder and not a pomade or a brow pencil. Some good old Tarte Shape Tape or shop. There we go. My little cat is throwing a fit because my parents left the house and apparently that's not allowed. As I was saying earlier, I really recommend getting a primer eye primer for eyeshadow looks, and in this case I love the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the OG. I have got Minus In, which is like a reflective one. I use that when I'm doing very kind of glowy, smoky eye looks. So I'm just plopping this on the eyelid and I'm gonna blend it in with my fingers. Can you hear my cat? She just wants attention. She knows I'm here. Baby, I am here. Now, for Tifa, I can do what I want. She doesn't have that defined eye makeup in the actual game, slash her Advent Children, because I'm doing an Advent Children version of her. Now, because she has just brown eyes, I really want to use a palette which I've been looking forward to using for a while now. It is the Tarte Beauty Volume 1. I haven't actually dipped into this and I'm so sad, but look. Oh, yee. I know it's the size of the mirror. This is like a hello. It's such a good sized mirror. Also, you can see all my props. Yeah, all my props. Anyway, this is going to be one hell of a long video because I can't stop talking. I'm going to use the matte shades at the bottom. There's some really beautiful browns in here, which sounds so annoying and like boring, but I want to use the like metallics and glitters, but I don't think Tifa is about that life. I'm going to go into 3 shades in different intensities. I'm going to start off with the Aura shade here, then I'm going to go into the shade Soothe, and then finally the shade Ritual. And I'm going to create a smoky effect on my eyes, which you guys can see. And then we might even go into the shade Story for a little under eye action. Let's do this. Aura first. And let's map out the shape of this eye look. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Soothe. Now I'm going into the shade Ritual. Okay, I've smoked it out. I'm unsure as to where I'm going with the shape next. What I do know is that I like doing my under eye, so I can then get a feel for what else I need to add. So I'm going to prime the under eye and do the exact same sort of gradient but on the lower lid. Can you stop screaming? Okay, so I've done a little bit of a cat eye. I've done a very intense lower lash line brown line here. The reason why, I got that in my mouth. The reason why is that if you've got hooded eyes, quite often the best way to make a good defined like eye shape that looks quite cat eye, instead of going up, is to go under and then out rather than starting with your upper lash line. I'm now taking the sequin shade Aura and I'm going to just put it where this light section has been left bare because I think it would look pretty. Actually no, I've changed my mind. I'm going for the metallic Aura instead. Just making a very kind of soft little cut crease. And then packing a little bit on underneath. Okay, it's not as bright as I might like, but the actual cut crease is lovely. Now I have got hooded eyes. The shimmer will transfer up onto this section, but there's really nothing I can do about that. What should I do? Right, I'm gonna need to not tightline it. I don't tightline my eyes. Again, if you've got hooded eyes, don't tightline your eyes. It will make them look small. I'm going to take this NYX Epic Ink Liner in brown and create a very soft little lash line so I can put some lashes, false lashes, onto my eyes. I do actually want quite a nice little pop of highlight in the inner corner, so I'm going to go into the Ofra little signature palette and probably the shade Star Island or Blissful. I'm never sure which way around this is, but it is this shade right here. Honestly, Ofra highlighters, man, are one of the most insane highlighters out there. Okay, I've done both eyes. As you can see, what? For mascara, I'm going to use the Milk Kush mascara. Then for lashes, I'm going to use the Pure Foaming Pro eyelashes in the shade Type Diva. These are my fave, always. Let's just do that. Okay, the eyes are mainly done, which means it's the fun time we get to go to the rest of the face. Woo! But first, I'm going to gel my eyebrows. Did I just spill that on my hand? Yeah, I did. Tifa is pretty pale. Now, obviously, we don't change our skin tone on this channel because it's not right. I am a very pale person naturally, so I have very pale foundations, but I can choose one that's just a tiny bit more paler than I usually would go, and then I can bronze it up again. Kind of thinking I want to use a stick foundation. So I've got the Milk Snow Flex foundation, which I love for summertime. And again, guys, this is my actual shade because people will be stupid online. And I've also got the Hourglass Blank Vanish Stick Foundation. They look exactly the same. You know, I think I'm going to go with the Milk Flex Foundation Stick. I haven't used this in ages and it smells like lavender. I'm going to use my Juvia's Place Round Top Foundation Brush, J1. Start buffing this into the skin. Now, because we are doing cosplay, I'm going back in with the Tarte Shape Tape to lighten up areas of my face, especially the centre of my nose, this area and this area. Concealers on, foundations on. I'm going to use the Milk Flex setting powder on a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to set my face again. If this was like a normal cosplay, not cosplay thing, I'd probably just set my under eyes, my T-zone, but because this is cosplay, I'm just going to set my face. Most likely you have now got a very powdery face and it looks very textured, but I'm gonna soothe that down with some setting spray later. I really do enjoy the Fenty bronzer, which is the shade Inda Sun. It's a very cool toned bronzer, which makes it very good for cosplay. So I'm gonna take my bronzing brush, start bronzing my face. Now, Tifa has a very narrow nose and a very pointed chin, so I'm going to shade the outsides of my face to make my face look a bit more pointy and forward facing. Yes, I should attempt this. I'm now pulling out the Cocoa Contour Powder palette from TooFaced and going into the very light shade and then the very, very dark shade. I'm also using the Inda Sun contour powder / bronzing powder to contour my nose. I'm going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette and I'm going to use the middle shade right here to highlight my face very subtly, and then I might use a bit more of the Ofra highlight to actually highlight my face because I like highlight. I don't know why it's going out of fashion again. It's sad. I've lost a bit of the brown definition underneath my eyes, so I'm going to go back into Soothe from the Tati Beauty palette and smoke out my lower lash line a little bit on this side. Also, while I was chilling and jamming out, I put on the Shake and Glow L'Oreal Setting Mist. Right, let's get the wig on. I'm gonna do my lips, but I kind of want to get the wig on my face and see how everything is kind of looking. The wig's gotten a little bit more curly because it's been through the wars. I might see if I can straighten it. Now I'm gonna do my lips, and I want to make my lips kind of pouty, more overdrawn than they naturally are on my face. I'm gonna take the matching liquid lip in the same shade. Anyway, I'm gonna get the cosplay while I wait for the lipstick to dry. I definitely gained weight. I mean, I knew I did, but boy howdy, I was small back then when I made this. I'm gonna use some lip gloss to really enhance the effect. In this case, I'm using the TooFaced Lip Injection. Okay, I think we're done. Right, yeah, we are done. I'm gonna take some TikToks, I'm gonna take some photos. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Why am I on YouTube? I'm just so bad at this. That wasn't scripted at all. No, it really wasn't. I'm just awful at this. This is my Tifa. It's nice to be back in her, even though I'm like, wow, tight. But that's a natural human thing. You gain weight as you get older. It's just how life works. I think this look is really cute and like, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the game when it comes out. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you'd like me and you thought hell yeah, then hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know how to do this. You've been on YouTube before. It's how it works. I shall see you in the next one, my loves. You stay safe, wash your hands and stay inside. Bye, darlings.